good time zone and a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Today's the greatest day for armor files everywhere. I was hoping for some better gifts, and yet there is only a single Vina Victoria gif I could find. The Arknights community lacks in gif making, I feel like. They make some good art, but not GIFs. This update is a big one, though. Sanity cap increased to 180. Ow. You can now select what skill you want on a support unit. It's not limited to whatever the person puts. Wow. The base has been upgraded, although I don't actually know exactly what is happening there. We'll have to take a look. Good stuff, hopefully. Wonder if there will be a tutorial or something. Unless the Twitter account posted something about that. Haven't checked. Doesn't look like it. Of course, new characters, amazing new skins. Bards are getting their modules. I don't know what they actually do. Civilite Eternus looks good. Let's see what hers does. New trait: when two or more operators are within attack range, attack plus 8%. Interesting. 3 particles will surround the operator 1.6 times for 6 seconds. After 6 seconds, they respawn. That's all the same. When the operator is affected by a particle, immediately restores HP equal to 20% of her attack. That's just baseline now, because I think that's a skill normally, right? Or something. I thought her particle's already healed. Just heals more now. I can't see where the percentage was last time, but I guess it was lower than 20%. And then we've got Scotty. New trait, 2 more. Operators in range increases attack. Seaborn summon lasts for 30 seconds. And has a slightly reduced cooldown time. And that's it. So increases 5-second uptime. Heidi's is only when skill 1 is equipped. Fascinating. All allies will gain 8% attack. When skill 2 is equipped, all allies gain 7% defense. I guess that was already her talent. Okay, I see. I've never used Heidi. So it goes from 6% attack and 6% defense to 7 or 8 and 8 rather. Yeah, Scotty's is good, is more damage time. Although I wonder like what the actual, like how much better that is. Sora's has a 60% chance to immediately recover 60% of max H or SP rather when skill ends. So from 50 to 60. From 50 skill points to 60 skill points. Yeah. I mean, buffs are buffs. Buffs are nice. And you official does not get one. Okay, never mind. They all get an attack buff when they have people within range, which is usually what you want them to have anyway, so that's pretty nice. One star don't have module. I thought I was looking at a list of modules, but I was just looking at the list of bards, so I clicked on her. But could you imagine? And then Horn and Stainless also get new modules. Horn's new one increases her attack speed, just flat out. Free attack speed. And then her trait increases her attack speed and defense. Gives her even more attack speed when she dies, and more defense when she dies. A lot of attack speed for her. Attack speed's nice. And Stainless reduces the redeployment time of his support device. Can carry an extra one, I think. No, he only can carry 3. But it gives an attack speed boost now for characters. Attack speed's nice. We'll have to look at these new characters because I don't know what any of them do. I know Vina summons tiger or lions, not tigers, lions, but that's about it. But also, it's time to launch the game. Bam. Oh, terms of service. Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Arknights.
Don't worry, I read that all beforehand.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
There she is. And there's the awesome new skins. I might just buy every single one. A railway platform. How do we have a railway platform on Rhodes Island? Alright, base upgrade. What is it going to tell us about it?
I like this place.
Overview. The overview. You can view important information such as operator status and facility production in the overview. You can also manage facility formations, run quick shifts, and arrange for operators to rest. The base is divided into work zones and rest zones. Work zones cover production functional facilities. Rest zones covers dormitories. Work zone facilities have multiple preset formations that you can quickly shift. Tap Add Preset to add a preset. Edit existing presets. You can manually select a preset formation to replace the current one, if there is a preset available here to quickly shift to the next preset. Once you have set your formations, you can use these shortcut buttons to withdraw or station operators in multiple facilities at once. Tap here to rotate all facility formations in with quick shifts to the next preset. Tap to withdraw all fully rested operators from the dormitories and station operators with less than full morale or not in work zones to rest. You can also do this from the backlog to manage your base. Neat. The preset formation. I have 2 rotating casts of clue searchers. That's all I need, really.
Are you interested in my instruments? I can teach you how to play.
I have a lot of factory ones. Now, is it per factory? Is the preset per factory, or is it per just in general? Because I use different characters for different factories. Can I have office preset? I'm not sure why you would need that, but okay. I don't have I only have 1 team on control center.
No bathtub?
But I guess I'll make it a preset.
Never mind. Just a little joke.
So that was factory 4, which is different from factory 5. Cool. These 2 factories will have the same presets, which I hope is fine. See?
Now that's styling.
What kind of place is this? Huh?
Products received. Products received. Resources received.
Oh, I was like, they don't show dormitories. Here we go. Okay, that is nice that they
Is this place like a disco
group them up. You can like separate. That's nice. And I'll scroll through the whole list now.
Products received.
If you're free, we could always chat about your bookshelf.
Cool.
Have you been doing
Have to
well
mess around
lately,
with that.
Doctor?
We've got, yeah, the Halloween outfits are always so good. Papakar's outfit, insta-buy. Witch Feast role-playing script Grimoire of Dark Law, custom line Witch's Swing. She plays the role of the young witch brought by her dark mistress to gain some experience, who says a witch's swing has to be a broom. A chainsaw works too. Base, I'm just gonna buy them all. Witch Feast role-playing script Grimoire of Dark Law, custom line Starry Night Sky. He plays the role of a guide, showing the hero the way. The golden movement has long since faded, but the stars he shoots will forever point true north. Finally a good skin for Blaze. Witch Feast role-playing script Grimoire of Dark Law, custom line Explosive Blue Flame. She plays the role of the hero seeking the grimoire said to have been born amidst the everlasting flame. Whichever brave soul claims it can break through all rules and bindings. And I don't have Degenbrecher, but... Witch Feast role-playing script Grimoire of Dark Law, custom line the Shadow of the Dark Moon. She plays the role of the witch guarding the grimoire. The tome is of no use to her, instead it is her sword that renders her unstoppable. Come, try to defeat me. Fantastic. So they're modules. I don't think any character, obviously not any character I have upgraded, got a record. All right. Vina Victoria, Arts Fighter. The King's Size. This unit and friendly units within the surrounding 8 tiles take 20% less physical damage. And Vina gains 5% attack for each friendly unit within this range. Not bad. Although, I feel like if we want it to be more lore accurate, maybe it should have been elemental damage and necrosis damage. But physical is definitely more useful, like, overall, I guess. Skill or talent 2, and damaging an enemy for the first time inflicts frighten. Not perform normal attacks when blocked. That's that new? I feel like someone else has frighten, don't they? Degenbrecher, yeah, okay. Reforge Radiance. The next attack deals 180% true damage to all surrounding ground enemies. Okay. Every 5 SP. Homeward Bound passive effect. If there are 2 or more friendly units within Talent 1's range, Vina's SP recovery will increase by 0.5 seconds. Upon automatic activation, attack range +1, attack plus 180%, and attack count +1 permanently. So it's got a long wind up, but technically it's a slightly shorter wind up if there's 2 or more people. And all be in my name. Summon Golden Vows on deployable tiles within Talent 1's range. When skill is active, can attack enemies being blocked by friendly units in Talent 1's range. That's like neural, isn't it? Attack plus 190%. Attack target counts plus 2 or plus 3 even. Attack interval reduces and attacks deal true damage. Yeah, it's kind of like Neural's Sun one. But it's a whole bunch of instead of 1 summon, it's 8 summons. Oh, and we see their stats. The Golden Vows. Blocks 1 enemy, deals true damage. Arts Fighters. Well, I guess actually, Neural isn't an arts fighter. She's just a dreadnought, but kind of similar. Their skill. As operators in the trading post. Order acquisition plus 30% if a Glasgow gang operator is assigned to the trading post. Order acquisition plus an additional 10%. Resolution on foreign trade. Oh boy, politics are already happening. Actually, before we pull, can I buy tickets? Yes, I can. I don't think I have a lot of tickets, but I can buy some. Did this stuff refresh yet? No. How many tickets do I have? 5. Yeah, not a lot. Okay, that's whatever. We've got a lot of oranginium. And who's the 5-star on this banner?
Cast a steward
It's
reporting in.
Catherine, I would
I'm
imagine.
glad to be working with you.
My name's Gummy. You must be the doctor. Thank you and everyone from Rhodes Island for helping us. Where am I? Who am I?
My name is Plume.
No, actually,
formerly
it's
of
bobbing.
Pontifica
It's not.
Cohors Lateran.
Catherine's the
I
welfare.
will
Oh,
be your
snap.
sword and your wings.
Captain of Reserve Op Team A6, Orchid, reporting in. Are you the doctor? I look forward to...
Well, we'll see when. I don't know who
Vermeer,
bobbing is.
Hunter. You won't regret
We'll
giving
find
me
out.
work.
My name is Plume, formerly of
Actually, don't even know what
Pontifica
class he
Cohors
is.
Lateran. I will be your sword and your wing.
Hi, I'm Spot from Operation Reserve Team A6. My job is to protect the other... Hi, I'm Spot from Operation Reserve Team A6. My job is to protect the other troublemakers.
Hello. I'm here at Rhodes Island
he's a
for an
supporter.
exchange study, representing the Maylander Foundation's Pure Heart.
Maylander.
Your operators saw me before in Victoria. Huh. I'd like to avoid discussing my experiences there for the time being, if I could.
He's a government spook. He's Burn Virtuosa? Oh, really? That's cool. Bad roll. That's fine. We're good. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Meteor, the archer from the woods. Do you need an operator?
I'm Lava, a caster. Here to join you simply because I'm bored and want something to do. But I heard my sworn nemesis is here too, though. Can I just quit now?
はじめまして、ドクター。新人オペレーターのジャッキーだよ。前はクルビアで補助警察をやっ
Ally, I salute you in true Snow Realm fashion. My code name is Matterhorn, and I am one of...
Hello. I'm here at Rhodes Island for an exchange study, representing the Maylander Foundation's Pure Heart Medical. Your
I do
operator
like
saw me
Bobbing's
before in
look.
Victoria.
Simple.
Huh.
It's got the
I'd like
Colombian
to
aesthetic.
avoid
It's nice. Good.
Doctor, to be clear, this
There we
is
go.
not official business. What it is two old friends reuniting now the war's over. And about my old files, I think I'll finally fill in my name. Vina Victoria. No more hiding from it.
And they did make her British. Maybe she was just... I don't know why she would have, but maybe she was just hiding her accent. Yeah, so Bobbing's elemental or ritualist. Could have called them elementalists. They didn't. So next attack deals 100% attack as arch damage and 60% as burn damage. First attack against an enemy deals 10% attack as burn damage for every second for 5 seconds. Stops attacking and sets a burning field at the location of an enemy. So ground enemies within this field take 60% arts and 10% attack as burn damage. And burn damage explodes and temporarily inflicts a resistance penalty. Nifty. Her armor's so cool. Now I did prepare for Vina. For once, I did it.
Can't help feeling the itch. I might go and file for time off with Parliament. I lost a lot of mine on the way back home. Parliament awarded them all these posthumous medals, and I still don't know who to even give them to. We weren't told how heavy glory weighs. I came out knowing. Can't help feeling the itch. I might go and file for time off with Parliament.
But I'm short crystalline electronic units. Let's make those.
Products received.
And I should have enough guard chips, or at least I can make some more as well. I have 5, 6, 7. I have to go over, but that's okay.
Products received. Products received.
I know clear as day what's up ahead. If I'm the only one left at the end of this all, so be it. I won't hesitate. But in my heart, drinking with her best mates until we drop in the sunset, that's the happy end to the story of Vina. The story of the siege.
The siege. Get him to 60, that's my stop point.
Can't help feeling the itch. I might go and file for time off with Parliament.
Alrighty, here we go. Parliament Hall is very fancy. So what happened last time? I did not prepare for this because I figured, honestly, it is pretty recent. Vina in the big battle outside Londinium against the Nakazahir, in which the Dukes united to fight the Sarkaz. Although the Duke of let's see, Winchester. Still, or Windermere? No, not Windermere. Windermere is is the Duke of Castor, Duke of Godwin, and now I'm forgetting the other guy. Wellington, that's it. No, sorry about the W. The Duke of Wellington, still allied with the Taurans. And Eblana was in the battle too. But Vina and her newly swelling army, the Exemplars, enter the fray and are trying, trying to piece together the final part of the Sigh of Kings to trigger it and help defeat the Noxahir, because the Sigh of Kings isn't a sword that can cleave calamities. It's a relic, a predecessor relic that can temporarily halt Oranginium. So they fight their way through the battlefield. Duke of Wellington pulls out at one point. The Duke of Castor, her ship is like rendered inoperable in the middle of the battlefield. She's the one who has the other piece of the Sigh of Kings. There's a big back and forth about, are they going to is the Duke of Castor's Trilby Ashes going to take the Sigh of Kings? Are they going to keep it with Vina? Or are they going to tell her to leave because the battle is not going great? But Vina and the Exemplars fight through and deliver the Sigh of Kings in time to halt the Noxahirs and Nezshalim's witchcraft, which was rapidly assimilating the land into Oranginium. That also has to do with Al-Nanam and what was going on in the rest of episode 14. But the big thing is what Vina is going to do. She doesn't necessarily want to be queen, but Godwin and the other dukes are offering her to join Parliament. Not so much as an official monarch, but come join Parliament and be, a leader of the people. To help save Victoria. And that's really that's the gist of it. Catherine is a character, so I guess we should mention Catherine. Last we saw her, she's actually working with Reunion Now. Reunion snuck into Londinium and ran into Catherine and the Self-Salvation Corps. And they decided to ally together. Help fight the Sarkaz. And we might also see well, we saw the Steam Knight. Charles Lynch, the Steam Knight, the last Steam Knight, did show up in the battlefield to help Vina. On the, like, kind of orders of Allerdale, we might see Allerdale. She might reveal herself to still be alive. We'll find out. Once upon a time in Victoria, writer Kate Morrigan. Oh my goodness. Is this the officially published version of her story? Course of history. History is like a sailing ship adrift, the course of which no one can predict. Her story, her fan fiction, really. / autobiography. Isabel Montagu, loyal Victorian Knight of the Tower, once said, "History is like a granary. It stands in silence amidst the bustling estate, an unremarkable sight with a somewhat unpleasant scent of mold, only ever thought of when stowing something away. I don't think your granary should smell of mold. That sounds like a bad thing. Containment, silently containing things, is its sole purpose. As for people, they are like stalks of wheat growing out in the fields, braving the elements so they might sprout those precious, precious ears. All you have experienced will become shining golden grain, stored within the granary called history. It's more apt to say that history is a showroom of human lives." Shining golden, yeah, I'd say that it was a shining golden life. Vina, the sword is yours. It is your destiny. Father, is this... Vina, the hell you're doing? Stop swinging already. You've already beaten him dead. Yeah. Vina, it's time. Got it. Hi, Clavicia. Are we gonna see more of Clavicia? She kind of disappeared on us. Vina, who do you wish to be when you leave this palace? I choose. I guess we will. Perhaps this is how history runs its course. Though caught up in its flow, won't accept things as they are. They will resist it with all their might. But reality always comes crashing down, slamming you into the ground over and over. You've got no choice but to get back up and figure a way to stand firm. You know that the fight will never end. And you've got to make ready for the next fist in your face. Until you've circled around and around to find yourself back where you started. Albeit by some different path. Wait, now that I think about it, Doctor might have said millstone. History is like a millstone? I forgot what the metaphor she used exactly, just that it's got to do with a mill or a windmill or something. The sort of thing that will get people thinking of the sunset. Oh, forget it. I never much fancied the way she talks like all erudite-like. When all's done, I'm here to record this heart-pounding moment in history. As a witness to this particular point, as one who personally experienced some of these events, I felt the need to share the tale with those who come after. It's worth remembering, considering the many bitter lessons learned. It must not be forgotten, with too many painful sacrifices made. Safe to say, the story is so twisty-turny that if you weren't there to see for yourself, you'd never guess where it ended up. Ah, now I remember, it was a ship. History is like a sailing ship adrift, in every age it sees its shares. Every age it sees its share of experienced helmsmen who think to change its course. I feel like the granary metaphor was fine. In the end, none will ever truly know where the sunset and the river will take them. Ah, sod it. I don't need to copy the feel of those historical novels I read. It's my book. Why should I write it like how Vena's governess talks? Let me think of it on how I tell the story, my way. Great drawings. This here's a tale of how a hoodlum became a hero. It's all about courage, friendship, conviction, and power. The heir to the king leaves the palace, and when she returns home, she's already fit to be called hero, standing alongside her merry band of mates. This epic begins the summer of the year we left in the factories of Londinium's Norport borough. They were the happiest days of my life. Muncaster. Bristol. Got any more? Sheffield, no, Bear, give me a hint already, Vina. You're really gonna watch me embarrass myself like this? Well, it's your bet. I can't say anything. Vina's right. Wouldn't be fair otherwise. I didn't know about... Don't give up now, Indra. Victoria's got at least 60 or so nomadic cities. If you can think of one more, you're a sixth of the way there. My whole life, I've never left Londinium. It's my home. Why the hell would I remember what some cities mile away are called? You must be real fond of cleaning up the alleys back home, then. Damn it! I should be acting like this. I shouldn't be acting like a smart arse. Oh, Hannah. You still recall the times we went to the video shop after we were done duffing the Lane brothers up? I think I do. Didn't the film have a manor with white walls and a green lawn? Or was it some kind of romance? It just went on and on. Then do you remember what the leading lady loved eating the most at the nobles' banquets. Sidmouth butter and vanilla roast fowl beast. Yeah, Sidmouth. That's 10. Tina, you really are the best when it comes to leading Vinya. I'll follow you my entire life, I will. No need to get all sappy on me now. Alright, Morgan, you're lost. Here's your drink. You know, Vina helped her out, Baird. Whatevs. Drink's a drink. Morgan, it's your turn to pick up the protection money from the factories on Old Fairlight Road. Don't forget to help clean up the alleyways behind Old Hank's sandwich shop. It's time like these that Glasgow feels spread a bit thin. One day I'm gonna make all of Londinium into Glasgow gang turf, and all of those fees will come straight to us alongside the best sandwiches in the city. If you took all of Victoria under your wing, who would even protect them from the Gaulish? Maybe those snotty nobles. Who knows, some toss is bound to show his face sooner or later. No report. I can't make do without us, neither can Londinium. There'll come a day when Glasgow's the heroes of the whole city, just you wait. Not wrong, I'd say. Indeed. Here's to Glasgow gang, the most important gang in town. To the Glasgow gang! Cavendish Manor. Whoa, we get location titles now? I'm here for it. I hope that continues to be a thing. Did you enjoy the play? A Victorian duke's daughter falls in love with a handsome Sarkaz youth. In order to eliminate this formidable rival, her would-be suitors conjure all sorts of dreadful devilish plots. Who would have thought the playwright who penned The Lady of Windsor could produce such a provocative work, albeit only after a hefty writer's fee? What do you think, Lady Allerdale? I can't say I'm too fond of the ending of Cemeteries of Londinium, Moral. Under the heavy hand of persecution, the Duke's daughter and the Sarkaz had a lad elope, united in death as they are buried together in a public cemetery. A conclusion that's far too formulaic. I never expected a young lady such as yourself to have the taste of a haranguing critic. Is it not enough to bring tears to your eyes? To whose eyes? Duke Cavendish's or the Sarkaz regents? Tears will only serve to blind us, my lord, and are often an accomplice to popular works harboring ill intent. A shame, truly. Here I was thinking you would have some empathy for leading Lady, with her bound to a fate beyond her control. I'm so dreadfully sorry. Pray forgive my inadvertent offense. You must know that my family was on good terms with the Cumberlands. I don't really mind. It's common knowledge that Her Grace the Duke of Castor aided me at my lowest. I have only gratitude for her. I see no shame in my circumstances either. Then since you're taking part in today's festivities, may I take your words as Her Grace's own thoughts? You may consider them a friendly reminder. Londoniers should be wary of those mercenaries from Castle. Heaven forbid some ridiculous story to sow the seeds of pity and sympathy in their unwitting minds. Castle is far, far away, and they simply don't understand these sarcasms in the slightest. Do not allow tears to blind their judgment, my lord.
Your words would throttle a talented playwright.
Bringing the citizenry to tears would hardly be a difficult thing for a duke, I say.
Is this also Her Grace's opinion on the matter?
No matter what you think of this playwright, I do believe The Lady of Windsor is a rare work of art. I wholeheartedly invite you and perhaps Duke Cavendish to give it a thorough read-through. Finns have not the limbs to drag themselves out of the swamp. Man has not the eye to see beyond time. If Duke Cavendish can understand these words and take them to heart, while keeping a wary eye on this matter, he can avoid becoming the next Duke Windsor. No offense meant, of course.
Oh, I must say I quite enjoy your incisive view of this topic, Lady Allerdale. The eye to see beyond time, a rare thing indeed. In comparison, ambition beyond one's means is as cheap as chips, wouldn't you say?
I can't say I disagree.
Perhaps the many years past, there are still those who have not forgotten what Victoria once had, a king. And there are those who carry the former heir to the throne in mind alongside the sword of royal authority. Duke Castor's actions are hardly inscrutable. Whenever she dispenses advice to the other dukes, do not forget that there are eyes upon her in turn.
I will inform Her Grace, my lord. It's getting late. I fear I must be off.
Not staying for dinner, Lady Cumberland?
I have an appointment with my tailor to prepare some winter clothes. I'm sure you're aware that summer in Londinium lasts but a few fleeting days. But winter never comes late.
Then I shan't keep you any longer, my lady. I shall send a ticket for opening night to you beforehand. If Her Grace would like to watch, Duke Cavendish would happily sponsor the troupe to tour the Castor domain.
I pray that Her Grace will not be blinded by her own tears. I wonder when this is, because the last time we saw Allerdale, she looked really different. But now she looks back to normal, so I don't know. Could be a slightly in the past, or perhaps she cleaned herself up.
A most suffocating banquet, was it not? Oh, it's Clavisa.
And who might you be? You may call me Clavicia, and based on that distinctive white hair of yours, you must be Lady Allerdale Cumberland. Madam Ailshie of your state has ordered some outfits for the upcoming season from our shop, but I'm afraid we haven't finalized the details of yours quite yet. Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Earl Morris. It seems your reputation as a critic of the arts is well earned. You flatter me. I presume you are too concerned about the present situation in Londinium. Hardly. It's just rather difficult to not listen in as the clientele discuss the recent changes in your work at the tailor's.
It's getting dark. I should head home. Once you settle on the design, please have Madame Elshi contact me at your convenience. Right. Speaking of Madame Elshi, she asked me to pass you the Londinium daily. Farewell. I might as well see if there's anything newsworthy today, I suppose. The vicious brawl in Northport Bureau. Is that... Fucking hell. That's bloody ridiculous is what it is. It's the third time this month, been accident after accident here in the factory ever since that scoundrel took over the Union. Watch close enough and you start to notice how whenever some brave soul puts out a complaint about the Union, he ends up dead in some freak accident a few days later. That's crazy. Well, let's go then already. Take me to him. I'm gonna see just how brass this bastard's balls are. Yeah, so this is all in the past for sure. Calm down. The Union handles Union business. The Straight handles straight business. That's the rule. Given every bastard I see a right thrashing's my rule. I know. Of course I know. But we've got no other choice. The Union's keeping it all hush-hush inside the factory, and not even the coppers can investigate. This new foreman, Johnny, right? Who's behind him? I remember hearing he's got some big name backing him, a relative of the Duke, Davenditch, apparently. Do you mean Duke Cavendish? Yeah, that's the one. Is he trying to get anything out of you lot? Hasn't been asking for money or anything of the sort, but ever since he became the foreman, lots of important jobs are getting taken away by the workers from outside. I see. Yeah, head on back. We need to talk this over a bit. What are we waiting for, Morgan? Are we gonna let those bastards do as they like? It's not that simple. You heard the man. This isn't your average Union tosser. He's got the backing of a duke. Why he's going out of his way to play tyrant in some little factory, though? Who cares why? Since when did we need a reason to take out buggers like him? I know Londinium's rather restless these days. The Duke's been playing their games around the clock. Don't tell me you haven't noticed all those fresh faces on the streets lately. Come to think of it, or come up with a plan, Vina. We're all ears. Since we've taken their protection money, it's time for us to do the legwork. Let's go have a chat with this bastard of a foreman. Doesn't matter if he's got a duke behind him. That's more like it. Alright, if you say so, Vina. But just to be safe, we should scope out the factory a bit, get some info. You're with me, Baird. Sure. Hey, why didn't you ask me? What's wrong? You've been looking rather glum lately. It's nothing. I was just thinking, I might be enjoying myself a little too much. What, not too happy here? You have a duty, Siege. I've told you before, Dagda. I've found a life for myself now, so why? Is this life of yours helping the neighbors seek the justice of the streets, then head into the noble manors to lob a few bricks? There's no escaping some things. You promised me you wouldn't talk about this in the gym. Then I'll stay by your side and wait for the day you have your answer. Life is long, but the pivotal moments that change you, they're over in an instant. I recall that one afternoon before the chaos of the storm struck us, when we could all still enjoy those peaceful hours. Indra didn't speak to me the whole day on account of my hesitation. Baird had to step in and smooth things over between us, and by nightfall we were all happy as could be, buying hot dogs and beer. But I couldn't shake off the feeling that the Glasgow gang was about to enter the craziest chapter of this story yet. It wasn't until those wild dreams of ours came to an end that I realized the most pressing issue. The main character of this tale wasn't the Glasgow gang, it was Vina. Just Vina all along. Elshi. Thought I recognized that name. What happened to her? Did she die? The Cumberland Manor was caught fire? And I think she stayed behind or something? Or am I making that? Did somewhere else catch fire and I'm mixing them up? I don't remember. That was a long time ago. It was burnt down, okay. What's the matter, Elshi? Did you not instruct us to keep a close eye on Her Royal Highness Alexandria's whereabouts? The chief of the Royal Police, not the Rhode Island Police, the Royal Police, was just looked over the case file of that ghastly brawl in Norport. It involved a video shop known as McLaren's Place and a street gang going by the name of Glasgow. Here is the original copy of the file. It's rather vague, merely a record of the involved parties, but I thought you ought to know. Upon a fuzzy black and white photograph, a woman sucking on a lollipop stares indignantly at the camera. Person of interest, Siege, self-identified. Miss Allerdale, if you are near certain she is Her Royal Highness, why not seek her out immediately? And what then? I bring her back to Cumberland Manor, or send her off to Castor? Whether or not she's Alexandrina no longer matters. Dukes are watching her closely. She can escape them no longer. It sounds to me like she would be swallowed up by the city itself. Well, we'll be swallowed up too, Elshi. I'm willing to bet we're not the only ones with interest in her. This matter has long since grown out of my control. Considering the Duke of Castor's orders, should you not find her and bring her to her grace? I need some time to think, Elshi. I saw her once before. I saw Her Royal Highness. but no matter. How you put it, it was all such a long time ago. Things being what they are, is an unknown heir truly so important? It's merely an inkling. From the very first time I saw her, so many years ago, I always believed she would change things. Let's go. There's a few workers I need to pop in on. I would also like to know how Her Highness has been doing these past few years. Who's there? Who's there? The coast is clear. I'll handle this side too. This is it. This place Charlie told us about. We heard some chatter. Lately, the Union's been keeping a whole bunch of goods inside the old factory. Like, they were a smuggling ring. And Johnny seized control of the Union not just to skim some funds, but to do this sort of thing out of business. What's inside those containers? Just open them up and we'll find out. Hannah, slow. Are those Oranginian weapons? They're not standard Victorian issue. No idea of their actual province, though. Are these the weapons that Tempest Platoon were investigating way back in episode 9? Duke Cavendish's man sneakily taking over a factory. Also, he could move weapons from God knows where into Londinium. What's he playing at here? Well, if they're moving him into Londinium, maybe not. I think they were moving out last time. But maybe it's just a coincidence. But if it was the same weapons, that'd be crazy. All these stories are tied together. Although this would have to be before episode 9, obviously, because Siege was already... And the Glasgow gang had already left Londinium by that point. The Duke's quietly stockpiling weapons within the city can only mean one thing. And now we've all left our fingerprints all over the place. What do we do now, Vina? Looks to me like something's way bigger than we can handle. We can't handle it ourselves, but we can tell others. Got a light, Hannah? Bloody hell, you can see the factory burning from all the way out here. This is no laughing matter, Indra. Of course it isn't. We messed up some wicked Duke's scheme. We did something really big here. At least we can say we've done nothing wrong, yeah? Let the coppers handle the rest of it. They say Londinium's so big it defies borders, but at times I feel it's rather small, wouldn't you agree? The Aura Moral. Who would have thought I'd meet you here, Alexandrina, your Royal Highness.
Who are you?
I'm Morrill, a humble guest of the Cavendish estate. Nobody in particular, and yet I would say I'm one lucky chap.
You know about the factory. You know what Duke Cavendish is up to.
I thought I could boast of sharing some of the Duke's burdens. I was not wholly in the know about His Grace's plans for Londinium. However, at this moment, my only concern is you, your Royal Highness Alexandrina. I must say, seeing your Highness standing before me really does call to mind the sight of His Majesty all those years ago. You and he are so very alike. The same childish sense of justice, the same price you must pay for clinging to it.
What do you want?
Your little venture with your friends this evening hardly matters, I say. A few boxes of lost merchandise is hardly anything compared to meeting you. Come now, at the very least, I'll let your chums leave alive. How about that?
Why should I believe a word you're saying?
Excuse my impertinence, your highness, but the truth is you have no other choice. Or should I say you are free to try and escape, but I will be keeping a close eye on you and your whereabouts.
No. Vina, what the hell are you doing? Stop swinging already, you've nearly beaten him dead.
It's fine, he's still breathing. Vina, what's this all about?
You lot, get out of here. Factory, all of this, it was all my doing. Nothing to do with anyone else.
What, are you having a laugh?
Vina, what was he saying? Why did he keep calling you your Royal Highness? Because she's the heir to the throne of Victoria. The daughter of the late King Alistair, the second Alexandrina Vina Victoria. I didn't mean to hide it, I just thought it didn't really matter.
You daft, mate. I'm not asking who you are. I'm asking why'd you try and shoulder all of this by yourself?
Hannah. Sounds like there's a long story you need to be telling us. Sorry. No time for that. Save it, we need to leave right now. Where can we go, though? Out of the city. Right now, this instant, immediately. I can't. We're nearly out of time. Once the police notice the factory's up in flames, they'll contact the defense force and shutter each and every port. When that happens, we wouldn't be able to fly out even if we sprouted wings. Don't worry about Norport. I'll hold the fort.
Wait, Badge, you're not coming with. Hey, Morgan, say something, won't ya?
I get where she's coming from. The Glasgow gang's always going to be a home to us, Hannah. Someone's gotta welcome you home. When you get back, right? People are watching you. But I'm sorry, Vina. We can't protect you. Against real titans like them, the gang's nothing more than puny little moose beasts.
You are never a Norporter, Vina. Or should I say, you are not never a Norporter. I knew from the day you joined us. It's all my fault. I just wanted to protect you all, but now I've dumped a heap of trouble onto your laps. Not wrong. But if you're gonna blame yourself, though, there's something I hope you'll keep in mind. Huh? Remember that you're old Norport. Remember that one day you'll need to come back here and pay everyone. I swear I'll come back. Yeah, this is our turf after all. We'll snatch it right back someday. But are you really set out coming with me? There's no need to tangle ourselves in all of this. I'm your trusted advisor, Vina. I'm worried for you. If anyone comes looking to bother you, you're gonna need me to help bash their faces in. Wherever you go, Vina, I will follow. Never forget, Vina. No matter where you go, Glasgow Gang will be with you. I'll keep this place safe. We won it together after all. I promise, Baird, I'll bring everyone back. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Here's to us, to the Glasgow Gang. To the Glasgow Gang. Damn it. Damn it all, my lady. It's the Duke of Cavendish's men. My lady, I'll contact headquarters right away, even if we must turn all of Londinium upside down. Suppress this event. Very well, I'm contacting the hospital. What? Oh, so suppress it? I'll have my men handle this. Nothing to come will have anything to do with the Norport Police. Do not worry. The Chief of Royal Police will not come calling on you about this, or anyone else on scene for that matter. Really? How can you be so sure? Well, I can't fix the future's course, sir. I can guide it towards a path of my liking. This city will soon be welcoming a host of visitors. Do you not have more important things to handle? All right, very well. This too is part of your destiny, Vina. Just who is Clavicia? When we found out about Vina's past, I was amazed, sure, but I was more pleasantly surprised, as it were. I could see the entire story in my mind's eye, a lost heir to the throne, a heroic fantasy, rising from the streets. Stories usually start with someone leaving and end with a reunion, but reality begs to differ. When we stepped out on the road away from home, none of us expected the way back could be so fraught with hardship. I'm fond of the words Doctor spoke once we set foot on our home again, after many, many years away. History is like a sailing ship adrift, and every age sees its share of experienced helmsmen who think to change its course. But in the end, none will truly ever know where the sunset and the river will take them. Who are you? Here to get some rounds in the ring? I'd like to ask if this is where the Glasgow Gang is based. I'm looking for Siege. If I understand things right, she's your leader. This gym's only got one leader now. She's called Baird. Wait a second, looking at your clothes, you're noble. Yeah, you ain't welcome here. Pardon me, then. Wait. You're looking for Vina. You know her. I'm an old friend of hers. Vina's out on a trip. If you got something to say, I can pass it on for you. No, nothing in particular. It's just that as her friend, I'm concerned about her current situation. Please let her know I'm wishing her all the best when you can. Sure. She's doing fine. I'll tell you on her behalf. Allerdale turns and leaves the messy gym. She knows the woman there wasn't lying, because she saw the photo hanging on the wall and the smiling face upon it. It's not time yet. In her fit of absent-mindedness, that deep, resonant voice rises in her head once more. Allerdale, Cumberland. You will meet Vina again someday. Oh yeah, Gawain predicted the future about that. That was like one of the longest intros. Oh, lingering scores. Vina isn't afraid to talk with her fists. She's always first into the fray. Our team is all
Perfect.
goofy.
I've been very curious to see how Rhodes Island carries out its missions. Sunlight's a little spicy. Just let me take 5. Squad combat? I'm very familiar with that.
I fight alongside you once again, Doctor. With a sword that's not just for show.
What audience have you picked for me today?
Last, I don't know. I can't bring the Glasgow gang because the Glasgow gang's not upgraded. Otherwise, that would be cute to do. I'm still missing Original Siege, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Wildly enough. You know, we'll bring Blade. I want to see her skin in action.
Time for combat? Count me in!
It was an 18 cost skin, so it has unique animations. Actually, all of them were 18 and above. Londinium Abandoned Factory, December 8th.
10:98, 4:43 p.m. Section G12. All these linkage numbers have faded away since this place was abandoned. Is this it? Phew, I'm praying I don't run into those damn devils again. I think you're lost, lady. Hey, new guy, get her out of here. While you're at it, ask her nicely how she found this place. Remember, keep your tail clean this time. Don't make the boss mad. Guard him, lady. Come with me. Let go of me. Is this any way to treat a lady? Mikey Robinson, hero of the exemplars, or rather, one of the heroes, is my husband. He entrusted me to fetch some medicine. And the medicine is to dull the pain of those hideous black stones. He can hardly even walk. Yet another unlucky bugger. Shut up. Listen, I haven't heard of any Mikey. All you'll find in this blasted place are some bums, expired fun drugs, and the dead devil's bones. But, anyways, if you want oropathy meds, go look for the newly built sanatorium. The new speaker lady promised it'd be stocked. Wait, you really have no other choice. There's simply not enough medicine there. I know I can get it here. My husband, Listen, I have a few valuables stashed away somewhere safe, all from Cumberland Manor. The late Duke gave them to me. If I could just get some medicine. Don't give a reason for the defense forces patrolling out there to come sniffing around here. Just go already, lady. Make her sign the list, then let her come by tomorrow to pick up the meds. Yes, boss. But what if she doesn't have the money? We do it the old-fashioned way, then. That's weird. I don't think the boss ever stuck her nose out for this sort of thing. What should I do? Just give her the contract. Oh, thank you. Wait, these clauses, my husband never mentioned them. If I sign this, then He'll live well. At least before we come calling for our due. Seems that hero husband of yours wasn't quite so honest with his better half, huh? Come on, hold that pen steady. If you can't, we can sign it for you. The mercenary holds her writing hand tight. The trembling overtakes her. She can no longer maintain her veneer of calm. She shuts her eyes, grits her teeth, and lets the mercenaries guide her hand. That doesn't seem legal. Go on, enjoy your life. Bloody war is over, after all. Asking Misc for help will be the best decision you and your husband have ever made, lady. This morning, Londinium's interim health secretary cum provisioner general Madam Major, that's quite the title, was found dead in her office in New Osterig district. In today's parliamentary session, Madam Speaker Alexandrina expressed her support of Madam Major's work in caring for the infected and lamented her untimely passing.
The final point on Madame Major's itinerary before she passed was a trip to the Duke of Normandy to discuss a purchase of medicine so as to relieve the shortages within Londinium's walls. But according to some reliable sources, Madame Major died of an acute oropathy attack. Not only did she conceal her infection, she was also often seen arguing furiously with the speaker in times recent. And this is in this sensitive period where the number of reported infected within the city is growing exponentially. It is clearly worth looking into the death of Madame Major, who had lost her hereditary peerage. Even now, 2 months after the Sarkaz withdrawal, why are there sinister plots coming back to the fore? As for the exemplars, are the terms of the resettlement program still not finalized? All eyes are on the newly appointed speaker, who has won the backing of a majority of the dukes. We have managed to connect with the speaker's close confidant, Miss Kate Morrigan, digging deeper into the broadcast in the speaker's office suddenly falls silent. Those louds are a real crock of shit, I tell you. They were loafing about the sanatorium cafeteria waiting for me to sit down for lunch before they tried to wheedle some info out of me. And you beat the hell out of them. I thought that way they wouldn't dare ruin their mouths or run their mouths on the news again. Sorry, I didn't think about how it'd affect the way everyone sees you. No, I would have kicked them out too, literally. But it doesn't matter what you say to those newshounds. When they're in the business of making up fluff. I've already decided what to put in their latest story a long time ago. Since there's no way of shutting them up, might as well get straight to the point. Vina strikes her two fists together, putting herself through the paces engraved in her instincts with ease, just like she always did back in the gym. Ha! That's a Vina I know. I knew it. Hannah even said... Whoa. These clothes really do get in the way. Maybe I should try and find someone to make some alterations. I happen to know a pretty good tailor. He made clothes for the royal family when he was younger. Luckily, he made it through everything alive. Shame nobody dares to hire him nowadays. Infected as well? Yes. Yeah, any progress on that thing you mentioned in your message? The situation's complicated. We have captured the Sarkaz who have been hurting people. Now they're cuffed in the Sinshel parliamentary chamber. I suspect this might have something to do with the gangs operating out of the out of the abandoned underground factories. Milscar. As for whether or not the Duke of Normandy's heir is behind all of this, she and I will resume negotiations. Madame Major's death and Londinier's medicine supply, as well as Milscar's gang and those Sarkaz. There are a lot of things to handle in this city, none we can solve with our fists, like we did 2 months ago. Why is Allerdale causing trouble? Like, I get she has made a mercenary company now, but why is she causing trouble for Londinium? You've settled into your old job quick, Vina. I believe Parliament, as it is now, can manage these issues, so relax. I'm here to help you. Mother taught me how to handle all these sorts of situations. I won't let her down. Morrigan. I'm heading over to Parliament. See you there. That was Morgan, actually. She's not quite used to this sort of life yet. None of us are. There are some things Siege could do that this so-called speaker can't. How's the victim of the Sarkaz attack? In the care of our colleagues at Rhodes Island's medical department. No life-threatening complications for the time being. Moreover, we've traced the source of those low-quality medicines. Most of them come from Misc. Many turned to them in desperation, but in the end, all they got was a pile of harassment from that gang of wandering goons. As for whether this Misc is in the know, or if it's the work of some over-eager underlings, I'm not too sure.
Maybe Allerdale just hates infected people.
Allerdale knows.
Milscar, the wildest villain running rampant in Londinium shadows. Allerdale, she's dead, the final furious flame of Cumberland, the ever on high. Vina herself has already forgotten when the figures behind those two names slowly became one. Was it when the war was nearly over? She subconsciously paused at her close. By the time the Exemplar's heroic leader walked out of the palace of Westlig, wearing this old suit of royal armor, she had already torn down the flag of Kazil's military commission at the break of dawn, and had seen a familiar figure and the steam light fade away into the all-encompassing vapor. That day, Allerdale did not go to her, rather she turned and disappeared into the shadows of the ruined city. Let's go to Parliament. Sinselda, once a royal estate often rented by nobles at the banquet hall, it wasn't until everyone was dealing with the headache of where to house Parliament that Vina realized that there weren't many choices left for the Londiniers. The chaos of war had destroyed far too much of this city. I've seen this room many times before on posters and in movies. I used to be astonished by how massive it was, big enough for every gang boss to bring all their boys and girls in to sit down and have a chat about their turfs. But now it disappoints me. It's filled to the gills, all cramped and suffocating. Though Vina never admits it, I know her and I are of like mind.
Miss Morgan? Miss Morgan?
Huh?
I didn't mean to interrupt your writing. It's just that, Barnaby's late again. I'm thinking of going to look for him. I'm worried he's gone and gotten himself soused again.
Well, Vina's not here yet. If you're gonna go look, no need to ask me. Wait. Now that I think about it, you said the same last time and the two of you never came back the entire session.
We were just locked out last time. In all honesty, Miss Morgan, I've been carrying around the factory's design sheets for near my entire life. If you asked me to do a quality inspection, I'd know all the ins and outs of whichever part you'd like, and there wasn't a foreman out there who'd dare say I was wrong. But sitting here with those lords and ladies, trying to read all those documents covered in gobbledygook, so we can manage such a ridiculous, huge city. The biggest thing I've looked for in my entire life was my workshop. God, my heart's pounding like mad. With us at your back, why be With us at your back, why be scared of some tosspot nobles? An elegantly dressed member of Parliament's eyes meets Morgan's gaze, and she smiles and nods her head in greeting. Fine weather we're having today. I hope you're all in good health. Yeah, good health to you too. We're fine, just fine, thanks. Well, just treat it as helping Vina fill the seats. I suppose they're not all tosspots, but keep in mind that we put our lives on the line to take back the right to sit here. Are you seriously thinking of going back to the days before that? If so, I'll have to sort you out first before these bastards ruin this city again. Oh. Alright, I get it. Are Miss Indra and Miss Dogda not showing up today? They're busy handling some public safety stuff. I'd rather hold my hammer tight and go back to bed too. Oh, Madam Speaker, you're here. What is this? Vina, wait. Who's that you're carrying? Barnaby. Clive. Help him to his seat, Delphine. He drank until he passed out in front of the Senselder's doors. Now he won't let go of Vina. Yeah, I'm waiting for the speaker. I've got a whole bunch of proposals with the med shortage. And you should include them in your formal petition. We reformed the rules issued by Parliament so we could bide ourselves. Lady Delphine, I swear Barnaby here's not trying to be a simpleton on purpose. He and I have talked about his ideas loads of times. He's just like me, sick of our stomachs the moment we step foot in this bloody place. Like the soul's getting sucked right out of us. It's not just that we can't speak right. All the brass courage we had while chomping down the devils is gone. So I came up with these stupid ideas that maybe a bit of drink would... Relax, Venus not gonna get mad over something like that. Right, you don't need to worry. Parliament nowadays is incredibly complex by nature. Everyone here is on the lookout, getting used to things and learning on the job. That includes the speaker. If we're going to defeat those who wish to ill of us off the battlefield, we're going to need to learn how they think. It's not going to be an easy process for any of us. Two of you have done pretty well, all things considered. What if we become them once we learn enough about them? I certainly won't, Miss Morgan. I'm not saying you will, Clive. I can't guarantee that won't be the case, Morgan. Nobody can. I believe in Vina, so does Hannah and Dagda. I don't care what you all think. I'm sure we're all very clear on why we have convened this emergency meeting. Ever since Parliament was re-established, we have worked around the clock to resolve the issue of the Sarcas who continue to operate within Londinium's walls. We gave our citizens a promise of safety. It matters not if it is the Sarcas or roving mercenaries such as Milscar hiding within the city. Parliament will strive to settle the matter. We will brook no evil that threatens the safety of our people. Oh, you're putting me on trial? There will be no trial, Sarkaz. Parliament's new interim bill dictates how we handle you. The Provisional Court has passed it as well. You will be dealt with in a manner that all agree upon. Not everyone, just you people. You caused grave injury to the kind-hearted shopkeep, all for a loaf of bread he had already set aside for you. He's still alive? He is. Good, so when's the execution? You really should have left with the rest of your kind when the war ended. You still remember me, of course you do. You were the one who let me go during the big retreat, after all. I'd say you were my savior, head of the exemplars. You. Longshot, that's what my daughter calls me. You didn't ask me my name at the time, and I'm betting the people sitting by your side didn't give a damn what it is. But I'm going to ask everyone here something on behalf of a few others. Are Sarkaz born and bred in Londinium who have never left the city still considered Victorians? To be honest, I've never really thought about that question. The Sarkaz who called himself Longshot never yelled or shouted, but the rowdy, chattering chamber went dead quiet as he spoke. I looked at the people all around me, paying special attention to the nobles' expressions. Those who had long made up their minds on the issue didn't feel like speaking up. As for those who hadn't, the more nervous of them had their eyes darting about, waiting for someone else to speak up first. But me, I was part of the third kind of people. I didn't have to make up my mind because Vina would do it for me. That day, all I had to do was wait for her answer. Just like the time I was up on the city walls watching the Sarkaz troops leave the city, waiting for her to give me an answer. Wow. What is that supposed to be? I don't think I'm ever going to forget that sight as long as I live. Back then, I also had a question for Vina. Why are we allowing the Sarkaz who killed Baird to leave with so much pomp and circumstance? Is that the airship
And then, okay, yeah, I was gonna say, is that Lifebone? That's the airship in Lifebone. She never said anything that day. Atop Londinium's walls, October 8th, 1098. 8:48 p.m. The Saurus-Kaz troops are leaving. The airship's shadow looms over the silent, orderly soldiers, and Lifebone tearing ripples through the dark clouds hanging above the ruins outside the city. Vina stands atop the walls, quietly watching them march into the distance. Not too long ago, they were tearing apart her home. The land is scarred and slick with blood. How many years will it take to recover from the wounds left on Londinium? I don't know what you and the doctor talked about. Oh, this is not narration. I don't know what you and the doctor talked about, Vina, but there's still time to beat the shite out of all those bastards. Our men and the boys from the Ducal Alliance are still waiting down at the foot of the walls, just... Hannah, we're the ones who most need to stay calm right now. I'd like more than any of you to keep them here, but truth be told, we simply can't do it. The Duke's main fleet haven't retreated too far away, Delphine. Doctor's right. They can hem and haw all they like, but once we start the fight again, they'll have to help us out, even if it's just keeping up pretenses. Then, are you going to let those people who fought so hard to survive the war just throw their lives away? Don't forget the ceasefire agreement. Now's not the time to act recklessly. All you ever say is don't. Screw this, screw it all. I can't take it any longer. Choking back tears. All of those people are our friends and Baird. Indra stays not a moment longer. She fears she cannot stop herself from sliding down the walls to join the crowd below. She fears she cannot stop herself from leading the charge, pulling her battle-worn, yet battle-hungry fellows back into the fray. Hannah. She's been bottling herself up this whole time. Don't worry, Vina. I'll go keep an eye on her. She's just venting. She's not the foolhardy type. Vina, why are we allowing those sarcasts who killed Bear to leave with such pomp and circumstance? This is the best Doctor and Rishadale could get us. Londinium, not to withstand another war. There's enough dead already. You know this, Vina. Tell the Exemplars no rash actions from anyone. Doctor. Rose Island received a few invitations from the Dukes. They want us to sit in on the post-war conference on handling Londinium. Handling? You mean before all the sarcasms are even gone? Are they really in such a rush? I don't think the city as it is now is willing to play ball with their machinations. They realize that too. That's why they chose you. You could always refuse, Vina. This is my home, Doctor. Made your decision, Vina. Wasn't it made the moment we led the Exemplars on our charge into the city? They know it, and I do too. It's not something to take lightly, but you have my full support. Then Rose Island will attend the conference. We'll stand by her side. Thank you, Doctor. I suppose you're saying the biggest challenge is yet to come. I'm supremely curious as to what they'll spew out of those pretty little mouths of theirs. We'll meet as soon as we can. Coming home's not easy, is it? So we're getting, you know, post-war, and this is like pretty much after the fight, right? But
Let's go! Take them all by storm!
I think we're still
Annoying
missing
people,
this section,
annoying
right?
business. Let's deal with them ASAP.
Because I don't see Teresa's just walking away, so... After escaping the assimilated universe and after the Noxa here were defeated, there must have been a fight with like Teresa's or something. And then the Sarkaz are treated. Novice Junkman, a citizen who ekes out a living in the ruins, can equip gear. Gear? He's shaking. He's so scared. Why are we beating up random people? Why are we beating up the vagabonds?
Get up! There'll be no bending of the knee. Negotiations are useless here.
No, she does a flip. That's crazy. The rich will eat the poor.
Violence too is an effective means.
That's not very cool of Vina.
Who says you can't hammer with a sword?
Goggles Gang Thief. A young worker who joined a gang after the factory stopped can equip gear. After several attacks, charges up an attack that will also steal gear from equipped operators.
Violence too is an effective means.
Fascinating.
Finally, I can limber up. Who says you can't hammer with a sword?
Oh my gosh, he's got a hook. He's got a grappling hook? Wild.
Negotiations are useless here.
Hear the roar of night.
Violence too is an effective means.
Blaze is holding a book. I guess she's a witch. That makes sense.
Violence too is an effective means.
Alright, I'll get a healer now.
Violence too is an effective means.
For being level 20, these guys a level 62 apparently can't solo them.
I forbid your retreat.
Surrender now if you don't want to get sawed in half.
She tossed out her book for her skill. That's interesting.
Palace of Lestlig, October 8th, 1098, shortly after the war.
Who the heck is this? Just a young duke, apparently. And this is a resplendent palace 26 years ago. At the time, the dome above was polished to a mere sheen, and the radiance of the twin moons and the enchanting darkness of the starry sky dancing together was a most beauteous sight. Once I kissed the back of His Majesty's hand here, paying respects to King Alistair, a rare honor indeed. Victoria no longer has a king, my lady. Or should I call you Earl of March? Just Eleanor is fine. I did not beg His Grace, the Duke of Normandy, for the seat of County March to hold the title of Earl, but rather to expedite a few business matters, Your Highness. If it were not for the farcical royal hanging, we might have been much closer, Vina. He takes out a gilded purple business card, its face embossed with nothing more than a golden loose strife flower. Also, she's called a young duke, but she's not a duke, she's an earl. Question mark? Please, take it. Since you're more accustomed to do things like in a business-like manner, this might put you at ease. I'm afraid we're not so well acquainted. Do you always decide the future of Londinium here, my lady? It was never up to me where we meet. Besides, I'm considering all that's happened here, surely there is nowhere else more suited than this. Eleanor looks at the faded statues and dusty doors at the end of the hallway, as if she could capture their past glory. In the room beyond was the King of Victoria's throne. Upon it he once sat, dictating the rise and fall of the Empire. What remains behind those doors now? I arrived early to both walk down memory lane and to meet with you. We have so much to talk about. Did you not wish to meet me too? You know, I'm holding a... Vina, surely your friends from Rose Island have divulged, what the other dukes are thinking of you. The other dukes. I don't see much difference between you, them, and the Duke of Normandy backing you. Oh, don't get me mixed up with His Grace. He's a man worthy of respect, but it's not worth bothering him with trifles such as handling Londinium. As for the rest of them, I dare not say I'm worthy of comparison. The Sarkaz withdrawal does not mean that Londinium's troubles are over. None are more willing to tally up the change in the infected population, but the outcome is rather clear. Victoria's pharmaceutical protection lines are insufficient, and nobody wants to rework their precious factories for the sake of the infected. You know what I mean.
What do you mean? I have a long-standing partnership with the Colombian military. They've even referred to me to several pharmaceutical companies. There is no crack that cannot be plugged, for the right price, of course. Is that a threat? Only if you think it is. Don't be so hasty to respond. Figure out what bargaining chips you have first, before you come find me, Vienna. Let's start our future partnership on the right foot. Oh, and you know you can tell just by looking around that your family once steered the course of all Victoria from this ancient palace. Your Royal Highness Alexandrina, Londinium is far too small for you. The city's far too large, if you ask me. It's a shame, it shames me to admit, but the wailing I hear all across Londinium had me quaking my boots, and in my panic I went the wrong way. Ah, so many tragic sights in this city. Oh, it's Godwin. You know, they haven't mentioned Wellington yet. And the Tarans. I don't remember what Godwin sounded like. I'm drawing a blank now. See if I can quickly pull it up. Apparently that quickly means it's good. The website stopped loading, so no, I can't pull it quickly up. Whatever. Oh, you really have grown, Ellie. We'll switch it once I remember. I still remember how you used to clamber up my back and grab onto my antlers. I am ever grateful for your generosity. His Grace, the Duke of Normandy, also reminded me that he is off soon to convalesce in greener pastures. You may join him if you wish. I'm not one to leave my manor before I've drained my wine cellar dry of fine vintages within. And here I was thinking old Normandy would understand the importance of this little meeting of ours. Oh, it's Castor. Everyone's here now. But no matter. You are the reason we have gathered here today, Alexandrina. Your Grace, needn't need to cut to the chase quite so quickly. The old soldier is running late. Did he refuse your invitations again?
He turned his eye away from Londinium a long time ago. I'm sure your spies will have all the details of my meetings with him served to you with breakfast tomorrow. Yet even now, his elegance is no less impressive than that time Gaul was swallowed whole.
I wouldn't consider this a good thing for Victoria. Tara and Dublin, though he has not explicitly declared independence from Victoria, only the blind fail to see the reality of the situation.
Okay, the video's loaded. Now let's see. Perfect. Alright.
Abercorn and Fife suffered tremendous losses and so have forfeited the right to take part in the big decisions. And the one behind Ashworth has decided to stay far away from any sort of turmoil. As for Normandy, his stance is rather clear-cut.
Godwin smiles at the young duke. Eleanor simply performs the most minute of bows in return.
Aye, the vagaries of life. Back in those days, we still hold parliamentary banquets here, and King Alistair still sat in the throne room. None would take his words lightly.
Wonder if we'll have a civil war immediately after? Yeah, probably. Technically, the Civil War already started. They were just kind of a more important issue to take care of. Ha. In the dark and dusty hall, Duke Godwin lithely taps out a beat etched in his memories with one foot, just like in days past. Smoke, music, and the sunlight shined upon him from the dome above. He was a spirited young man back then. With all the lords and ladies at the feast lined up to be his dance partner, even his majesty applauded him. Then, together with the other dukes, he sent the king to the gallows. No need to memorialize the dead, your grace. His orphan stands before us, does she not? Ha ha, aye she does. What does it matter if Victoria has no king? The siege, that's all I can call you until you accept our proposal. There are better ways to implement your ideas on the infected, the refugees, even those pain-in-the-ass sarcas, Madam Speaker. Should I consider this advice from the will of the Empire? Call it an attempt at giving some. We have other means to handle this near-ruined city. This is not a lifetime appointment. We will judge whether or not you are fit for the position. Just like the past, no? With your dinner table parliament, a handful of dukes could dance around the king behind closed doors, deciding the nation's future on a whim. And the results? Look outside, we've not yet washed ourselves clean of all the Sarkaz blood. You look only at this little city, while I look at the whole of Victoria. If Londinium has become an ulcer sapping Victoria's strength, I do not mind gouging it out. I will allow other nations to see Victoria bleed, but I will not tolerate them mocking our scars, nauseating though they may be. If you stand in a sewer, you cannot expect to see full view of an ancient empire. Do not forget that the family name Victoria is no stranger to me, your Royal Highness Alexandrina. Only the strong and the heroic have the power to steer the Empire on its future course.
Let's not frighten our future friend, Your Grace. Didn't we gather here to soothe our worries in a more pleasant manner? Old Wellington is far from the core. Windermere is in a constant state of uproar, and the rest are keeping an eye on how we stand. Since it's rare for us to all see eye to eye on the matter, let's keep things simple.
That I cannot deny, but Vina, you can do far more than this.
Though this does not mean the speaker must sit on the throne, Ellie.
Are you all finished? Oh snap. She draws her sword and the hall falls deathly silent. She could just kill them all here. She could just free Victoria of the nobility right here. Vina had insisted on recording some minutes for that secret meeting. It was a meeting to decide Londinium's future, so her residents had the right to know what happened exactly. Nice. I stood there in my hiding spot trying to note down every word as impartially as I could, but when I saw Vina draw that sword from her hip, pointing it at those bastards who thought they knew it all, I hoped from my deepest heart that she would strike them all down. That way, what came next might have gone differently. My teacher once told me the Sigh of Kings was used to behead rebellious nobles. No, not the Sigh of Kings any longer, though I do know what to call it now, or do not know what to call it now. I have not the right to name it, as it was the workers who forged it. To commemorate that victory, whose painful sting has not yet left us. At first, as it lay forgotten upon the muddy battlefield, I thought its duty had ended. But those heroes who lost everything still remember it, because it symbolizes the Victoria held in their hearts. They do not wish to see her laden into dust once more. I know what they intended to when they gave it to me. They wanted me to judge in their stead, judge those who brought them to desolation and ruin. I know what they... Oh. But you don't fear it, do you? But I clicked on it. It was never the sword you feared. Vina gently caresses the flourishes on both sides of the sword's crossguard, every detail sculpted by the artisans of Londinium. A hammer and a sword, they glimmer in the darkness. So long as the sword gleams, Victoria's honor will shine eternal. They begged my aid in reforging this sword, broken to the point of no return, using my hammer as its core. Once reforged, they offered it to me without hesitation. Time. I could make no promises. King, speaker. As far as I am concerned, neither title is worth a damn. I'm no different from them. I'm just a woman who wanted to go home. And when I made it back, what did I find? I didn't see the grand Victoria you do. But I did see infected children in the boxing gym, hoping to learn pugilism so they could defend their homes, and drunkards with mouths full of rotting teeth, donating the drinks they had stashed away to the hospitals. Also soldiers on the operating table could be saved.
The glory of Empire has long since left us, so far in a distance it can no longer warm our hard beds in the winter chill of the new year. This sword is the duty they entrusted to me. I need neither Parliament nor royal authority to know what I must do. I will do what I can to show them the power they hold in their hands, to make them understand the land is theirs to protect. But until that day comes, I must stand at their forefront, no matter what title I bear. Sewers, too, may bloom, and so here in my home. I will not be lectured by the likes of you. Vina firmly plants the sword into the ground, its point passing through the stone like butter that stands tall before the dukes. All eyes fall upon the quivering sword, a very clear provocation from Vina. Realmblade and miracle, in the wake of the war, those two words have become joined at the hip. Rather than the late king's orphan, they are much more concerned about Vina's other identity.
Well said, my lady. There's really no point in us keeping the sword nowadays. Best you pull it out right out. No point in nicking such a fine blade. Your teacher really did give you a practical education. It seems we were worried over nothing, Duke Castor.
Indeed, a rather childish way of doing things, but one that will win over the people. Parliament will see her mature faster than ever. Wait just a bloody minute. We have no choice, Siege. Sundered Victoria needs a new voice, and you have stepped forward. But I have seen many die by their own blades, leading me to think long and hard about taking up that particular one. Do not let it cut you, Madam Speaker. That is my advice. And I guess we're stepping out now. She's more clear-headed than your graces think. Doctor. And it's the Trilby Asher. Pardon me, your grace, so we were, unable to stop the doctor. Bored growl. You are dismissed. Londinium needs a leader who can protect everyone. You cannot rely on anyone else. Doctor, the final decision is yours, naturally. We will do everything we can to help the infected here. How interesting. Make them playable. I know, I can't believe they made... can't believe they make a Blana before Trilby Asher. How interesting. A pharmaceutical company specialized in oropathy that often dips its toes into areas outside its expertise. You circumvented the Ducal Alliance and tendered a crossfire with those Sarkaz. Well, there was no reaction from your grace's fleet. Merely a gift, as thanks for all you've done on the battlefield. There are some lines that must not be crossed.
We will await your answer, Siege. As for Rose Island, you lot have been keeping quiet for a while now. Why the sudden urgency?
Time itself makes for irrational decisions.
Oh, time is it?
Vina, have a good think about what the people you're still protecting really need. And remember, if you do make your decision, don't get too close with those Rhode Islanders. I believe we have a good relationship with Duke of Normandy, my lady. That's exactly why I'm warning Vina, Doctor of Rhode Island. She's not quite like the other dukes. I don't think she actually is a duke. I think she's an earl. I don't know. I don't know how this works. So what should we do now, Doctor? You already have your answer, don't you, Vina? It's not good for Rose Island to get more involved in Londinium's affairs. But maybe we should take over Londinium. Ami has already left for Casdal. Okay. Most of our staff will withdraw from Londinium ASAP. The Sinsel however that's pronounced. I'll decide some way or another. Maybe it's a real name, I don't know. Parliamentary Chamber, December 8th, 1098. We're back at the trial. Siniselda, is that a thing? Is that a thing that comes up? Doesn't look like it. Nothing pops up.
It's been a long time since Babel took my brothers away. As for us who stayed, it's been real tough lately. Just do it already. I've got nothing else to say.
He looks all around him, watching the people on their benches whisper to one another uneasily, an unconscious sneer on his face. This place fettered him, and in its magnanimity, it had also fettered those who would decide his fate. Not too long ago, Vina vetoed a proposal in the use of the Palace of Westalig to house the Parliament, instead choosing this building oft rented out by the royal family. She hoped this would be the starting point of a new parliament. I finished looking into him, Vina. Longshot's a lifelong mercenary, hails from a place in Casdal called the Scar Market. During the war, he took part in defending the city in the name of the military commission. He never saw the front lines. 2 months ago, Babel organized a withdrawal effort. He didn't follow them. Instead, he got captured by Indra and Dagda while covering for some local Sarkaz as they evacuated. You really did save him. I don't remember that. For you, it was the greatest moment of your life. For me, it was but a Tuesday. After he committed his latest crimes of his, we followed his trail and found the people he was hiding. His daughter has been helping a few Sarkaz leave the city these past 2 months.
But this time, she's part of a group sneaking out herself.
Sarcasm expletive.
You attacked the shopkeep who recognized you for supplies, didn't you? Restrain him. Don't lose your temper just yet, Longshot. Your loved ones managed to slip through our fingers. Someone's helping them. Milscar sounds familiar, right? Their business is creeping into places they shouldn't be creeping into.
I don't know a damn thing, feline. Just kill me already. Worried my blood's going to get this pretty little place all dirty. The war's just ended and you're already trembling at the sight of some red. None of you sitting here have even 1/10 of the honesty of those sarcasms you refuse to call Victorians.
Just leave the rest to me.
All right.
Any news from Her Grace on the latest going-ons in the city?
Her Grace has long since been aware of the trouble these sarcasms and this Milscar have been causing, and she's very concerned about the safety of the citizens. But now Parliament is fully assembled and the Speaker has been doing a fine job solving the issues plaguing the citizenry. She believes things will improve. However, when it comes to rooting out the risks against Londinium safety, Her Grace is of the opinion that we should not tarry, especially in regards to Milscar. And so, there are still problems in the city that we must urge the Speaker to resolve sooner rather than later.
Milscar hideout. 6:05 p.m. Moss, Parliament hanged that devil, but we managed to snag the stuff he left for us. These goods.
Send them out.
But boss, that's way too risky right now. Parliament's been trying to sniff us out 24/7.
Then hide them for a spell. They've paid their due, so we'll get them delivered. No need to worry about anything else.
Nobody knows about this batch anyway. Maybe we can just...
The mercenary gestures at his neck, but a sharp pain accompanied by a chill suddenly prickles at his chin.
Boss, I had to say it, even if you kill me. That's the best way to handle these things. Didn't those devils kill a whole bunch of our people?
If you really cared, you'd be on the Exemplar's list of decommissioned soldiers, not here. But there's nothing wrong with caution, I suppose, with the new Speaker so concerned about the city's safety. Well, an inevitable target alongside the sarcasms.
Those devils brought it upon themselves, though.
"2 months ago, they decided not to withdraw alongside the rest of their kin. Now that things are heading south for them, and they finally wish to flee, it's natural they have to pay extra. Don't worry. If this goes well, more and more business opportunities will be coming our way."
A new soldier model.
You're back. Well, how'd it go? Did you manage to get away?
Yeah, the sanatorium's as full as a tin of fins. Everyone's trying to get their suppressant as soon as they can. Not to mention that what just happened to Madam Major. Sorry, Diane. Not even exemplars get special treatment. Rose Island's been working around the clock to provide as many suppressants as they can, but just too many new infected.
I understand.
Well, it's not like we've got no way of getting any. I've heard of some of my war buddies that there's private channels.
I wonder where Reunion went. Maybe once we see Catherine. Illegal ones.
Hey, as long as you live to see another day.
There's other means of buying medicine, huh? My boss never told me that we'd have competitors.
Huh. Sure you didn't hear me wrong, mister?
Oh, it's bobbing.
Sorry.
My trip from Columbia must have tired me out too much. Hello, I'm Elseo. Here, my business card. Columbia? Pure Heart Medical? That's right. I rushed over to Victoria to find... one second. Let me check my list. Ever since I arrived in Londinium, nearly everything's been different to how the preliminary briefing described it. Found it. Londinium's interim health secretary, Madam Major. Could you tell me how to get to the Office of Provisional Supply Procurement? Rest assured, I'm here representing Pure Heart Medical to discuss medical cooperation. Rest here will get better soon. The situation. Did I say something wrong? Didn't you hear the news? Madam Major has passed away just this morning. Sorry. Sorry, I lost my cool for a second. No matter how hard we must strive, Pure Heart Medical's sincerity and dedication will not change. But right now, could you please take me to her office?
Good, good. I had no idea you were so clever and learned. I was going to ask you help me make my atang, but with such a good head on your shoulders, I'm feeling a little bad now.
Pure Heart Medical, but actually Maylander? Interesting. You know what? We'll do the tutorial real quick. Supply shortage. The streets of Londinium are not safe after dark. There are no lengths that some will not go to just for some canned food or medicine. Munitions Factory Command Center, when a skill is activated, begins manufacturing equipment and becomes the endpoint for all freight cars. Freight cars? Once the SP gauge is full, deploys random equipment on the surrounding 8 to low ground and deployable high ground tiles. With Morgan. Oh snap, what are those things? Vina says the streets have been restless lately. Prying eyes have been casing casing the freight cars. They're just street thugs, no big threat here. But if they rob the freight cars and get their hands on some new gear, they'll become a nuisance. We should secure the cargo before that happens. This equipment should come in handy. We just need to deploy operators in the same place as the equipment, and then we'll be able to use it. Unequipped blades will increase your attack. Protective vests will increase your defense. With the Assault Arts unit, operators can temporarily frighten enemies after using their arts, dealing arts damage. However, if those bandits get their hands on the equipment, they'll also be able to use it. Can't let that happen. Enemies may look harmless, but after they put on equipment, they're no longer so easily dispatched. If enemies are frightened, their equipment will take more damage, i.e., they'll be easier to defeat. We can use this to our advantage. A new operator that actually plays into the mechanics of the level? Now what happens if our characters get frightened? We weren't able to recover all the equipment in time. Stay sharp and prepare for battle.
To the death I go.
Oh my gosh, it picked up a sword.
I can run you through.
It would have been nice if the arts unit gave a wand
And the shield gave a shield. Because the sword gives a sword, but the other two are just like effects. They're not actually items.
For Victoria!
So Frightened is the same effect that Dagenbrecher does as a boss. Or it looks the same at least. Damn it, my energy's nearly spent. He's got assault arts unit. Stay focused. If we can get him to drop his equipment, we'll be in better shape. She makes it say can't act, yeah.
Got ya!
This is a little tiring. This enemy is wearing a protective vest. It will be hard to defeat him with a frontal assault. Oh, it's directional damage. Shield, okay. This spot is ideal. We can also use the arts unit here. I'll give it a try.
Any soldier's will is worthy of respect.
Uh-oh, I was so focused on taking down their enemies that I was ambushed. Do something about it, Morgan. If the freight cars get wrecked, our gear is gonna get scattered all over the streets. Those are the freight cars, okay. Do they have legs? How do those work?
Nothing can stop me.
Are those legs? We need to activate the Munition Factory Command Center to reroute the rail. By guiding the freight cars toward the command center, we'll be able to protect them. I should get going.
Can't just be if you don't win until you beat us all.
Mission accomplished.
Doctor, want to celebrate the Glasgow wave? First me and Hannah grab a leg each, then we shut our eyes, and then we hip hip hooray and send you flying. Hey, don't need to
Eventually
run, love.
buildings will
I'm
have them
just
too.
joking.
I mean, I guess they kind of already do. Yeah, so the boss Dagenbrecher is called Disarmed, but it is technically still the Frightened thing. So they are related, but slightly. There's like different versions of it. Cool, cool.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
That ending sequence, what? That took like an hour. We started it and I was like, oh yeah, well, finish reading this ending, go to the next level. Plenty of time. No. Not at all. We got a little bit about Godwin, or not Godwin, Wellington. But we're missing two big players. I doubt they're gonna mention Teresa's though. I think they're gonna be saving that. We'll have to see that reunion though. They had just entered the city. At the end of last episode, so. And I don't know what Ellerdale's up to. He's helping Sarkaz escape, which I respect. But I don't know what she's doing. But we'll be back tomorrow, and definitely the day after that, with more of the event. So until then, may the sands of time choose you well.